Ancient Admixture. Explore the traces that ancient migratory movements have left in your DNA. If this analysis will help you understand how various regions to the world have contributed to your unique genetic heritage. We have here so Asia, Merindian. What's this? 90 West Eurasian? Where's West Eurasian? West Eurasian? That's the Western. This analysis goes back many generations. As a result, you might see an ancestral component that do not align with your known or recent family history. Your ancient composition or report compiled in a mixed model of chaos that might represent five hypothetical ancestral populations. Hypothetical. This analysis delves into many past generations to reveal the mosaic of humanity that makes up your DNA from a historical perspective. So here he compares me with so many people from different regions of the world and your sample. What's this? West Eurasian, 90%. Iberia, 90%. Northwestern European, 90%. British, 91%. Eh? How come British is more? The UK, 91%. Tuscany and Italy, 89%. You know, why didn't they put the British on top since it's more? Maybe because there's a lot of Latin people in Brighton. A lot of Iberian, too. Tuscany, 89. Finnish, 84. Levantine, there, near Israel or Middle East, 70%. With 97 matches. This one finished 99 matches. All these 99 matches, 99%. Uh, Puerto Rican, this one Latin American. I would say Costa Rica, why Puerto Rico? Or Brazil, South America, why Central America for? Colombia, why Colombia? Why not Brazil? Mexican, 61%. Pujambi, 36%, which is India. African, Southwest, 25%. Gujarati, 24%. Bengali, 18%. Peruvian, 17%. What's Brazil? African, Caribbean, 14%. Telugu, 14%. Tamil, 13%. Luya, which is in Africa somewhere, 7%. Gambia, 6%. Han Chinese, 5%. Mandi, in Africa, 5%. Kin Vietnamese, 4%. Dai Chinese, 4%. Isan, 4%. I don't know what this is on. Yoruba, or it might be Africa, 4%. Southern Han Chinese, 4%. Japanese, 3%. Japanese, the least. So, I would say the West Eurasian, Iberian, and Northwestern UK is more. But why? I don't know. It's a new way to understand your generic mix that takes into consideration your result across all the world population of reference. By looking at similarity, dissimilarity with them, by looking at your similarity slash dissimilarity with them and painting your ancestral shape. Facial shapes are unique to you, but many other populations within the same continent will show a high overlap. So let's compare, let's say here, um, how to compare now. Okay, African Caribbean, 13, African ancestry, 18%, Bengali, 22%, even more, Thai Chinese, 16%, even more. This one is Europe, if I don't make a mistake. Oh, so yeah, Europe. Central Europe, yes, Central Europe, Han Chinese, so Europe win. Southern Han Chinese, 16%. Colombian, 82%, which is South America, okay, but could be Brazil, of course. Isan, 10%. Finnish, a lot. Which makes sense. My mother was born, the Finnish went there, and the other side where my father was, the Swedish went. Oh, makes sense. Um, British, slightly more. Gujarat, Indian, Gambian, Iberian, a lot. Yes. If they say Iberian was not a lot, I would not believe them. Japanese, a little. Yeah. I don't identify myself with Japanese. I mean, it's others, like, you know, um, Vietnamese, even more Vietnamese because of the South American tribal people that come from Asia today. Part of this one, Africa have not much. Puerto Rican, no, 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 no. Okay, Peruvian, which is again is Brazil. Oh, Mexican. Oh, Peruvian. How come less than Mexican? Doesn't make any sense to me. Puerto Rican, Tamil, a lot of Tamil, huh? Toscani, Italy, Yoruba. Okay, so basically Afro and Asia is less, the bottom below, and Europe and Latin America is top. European is the most of all. So Neanderthal, I have 2% or more. And dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Some smart Alex here, which my somebody related to me, came to say that the more admixed we are, the more prone to disease will be. I don't think so. And always I thought, no, it makes us stronger. And guess what? I was right. How high the genetic variability? Having high genetic variability is protective. It's protective. Not a downside, but it's protective against recessive disease. Okay, against recessive disease. See, I knew it. See how smart I am. Too much for that smart elect person who doesn't know anything. Born in Asia. The heterozygosity rate in my calculation is compared to European is very high. See, you are 1.5 above the European average. So here, why I have all these people here. Yoruba in Badan, Nigeria, Lunya, Gambia, main reason, although in few small portion compared to others, and some in Latin America more than Afro, of course. Peruvian, Colombians, all these people come from Asia, there to Latin America. And then I have East Asian also, which may come from these people. So Han Chinese, Japanese, so then Han Chinese, Chinese Dai, and Vietnam. European, I have Uttar Evident, which the CEPH, with Northern and Western European ancestry, Tuscany and Italy, Finnish and Finland, British and England or UK in general, Iberia population in Spain. But it's not Spain alone, it was Portugal, okay? Portugal and Spain. So South Asia, we have Gujarati, Indian from Houston, Texas. What I don't Indian from Houston, Texas. Punjabi from Lahore, Pakistan. Bengali from Bangladesh. Sri Lanka Tamil from the UK. And Indian Telugu from the UK. Amazing. Really amazing. But doesn't mean they are from there. It means that they immigrate to this part of the world. That's really amazing. Oh my goodness. Basques, South Europe, Iberia 92%. Weird that it shows to be Spanish and not Portuguese, but doesn't matter. Maybe the Portuguese was already mixed with the Spanish. 8% Italian, Sardinian, Aragon and Valencia, Basque, 33% Basque, La Mancha. Is founded the ancient Greek, not the ancient North African alone, but the Greeks. The Roman, the Celts, Visigoths, and the folks from Central Europe. Oh, us people from North Africa, correct? But something that Iberian is only North Africa. That's the problem. But also it makes part of, like I always thought, is Greek and Greco-Romans. And this makes the person a very strong, willingly person. Visigoths, South Central America, Northwestern Europe, non-genetic similarity found. Strange. See? Mhm. So I am in completely Latin. Not recently. Um, no recent similarities with these people. Yeah. I have only ancient. That means I have a trace of these people here, but from my distant relatives, distant ancestral. So here is ancient. Explore the trace that ancient migratory movements have left in your DNA. West Eurasian, West. Uh, those are my ancient trace of ancestral that left their marks. This mark, this analysis goes back many generations, as you might see ancestral components that do not align with your known or recent family history. So West Eurasian, Iberian 99%, Northwestern European, British 91%, Tuscany and Italy 99% match, but not 9%. Finnish 84%, Levantine, Middle East 99%, 70%. And here Latin America is Brazil, but they mistaken somehow. Pujambo will come with the Portuguese, and Africanos can also come, come from the Portuguese or directly. one is Brazilian, Tamil. This one is from the people there, the native people, not say native, but tribal people in South America, I mean. This one also, oh, 91%, a lot. Japanese, 86% Japanese. My God. 95% Yoruba, 95% Chinese. Oh, so many. Gujarati, Jambi. 4%, 4%, 4% match, but the match is very little matches. How come up to this much? Some European, some South American. So many Finnish, which makes sense given my mother place of birth, where the Finnish people went. And also my place of birth, the British came over. Gujarati. So all the others don't have much. The Europeans are the most. Iberian a lot. Telugu. Latin American, okay. Tamil. Vietnamese. Italy, a lot of Italian. India, Telugu from the UK, Sri Lanka from the UK, Punjabi from Lahore and Gujarati from Texas. Amazing. Gazooks. So the more admixed you are, the better your chance to be resistant to recessive diseases, which is good. Another giant bloodlines bloodlines test, this time around from Genome Link. And here we have the Pleistocene era. Oh, this one is Mesolith Mesolithic. The Mesolithic post period is a technological, cultural age and human prehistory. Was called the Middle Stone Age, although roughly its beginning coincided with the start of the Holocene geological epoch, since it marks a cultural transition of the human population from the Upper Paleolithic cultures to newer but still stone tool technologies. Its beginning and end dates are more flexible, depending on when populations of different geographical areas adopted the new culture technology, while the beginning of the Holocene epoch around this time for 50. So I have a very little percentage. Mesolithic, one era, post era. Still hunter-gatherer from the direct East Europe. Oh, East Europe. So the comparison to the Paleolithic, the hunter-gatherers transitioned from large mammal hunting to a more general hunter-gatherer lifestyle, focused on medium-sized or small-sized animals. The heavy-shaped stone tools were substituted by more sophisticated microliths. The variation in habitats led to great socio-cultural diversity. The application of the so-called microboring blow technique to produce bradoliths became widespread all over Europe. It suggested that the Scandinavian peninsula was colonized from two directions, from the European mainland by the western hunter-gatherers who created the Fosna uh, Hensbaka and Comza technologies, and by the eastern hunter-gatherers from the directs of East Europe who created the Kunda culture. Both the eastern and western hunter-gatherers possessed the advanced maritime technology, constructing boats and colonizing the archipelago of Scandinavia. Oh, why is that? No, not the Vikings, it's pre-Viking. The most widespread tools of the European hunter-gatherers were the end scrapers, borers, burins, bradwits, and flax. Core as these were used to fall and debark trees and to construct canoes. Besides, they constructed bony, angler, and woody tools, for example, fishing hooks from antlers and needles from bones. Bows and arrows were used to hunt red deer, opossum, ibex, wild boar, and auroch. In the early Mesolithic, in comparison to previous periods, coastal human populations started exploiting marine resources. Mesolithic humans became more focused on plant resources such as mushrooms, tuber, hazelnuts, white peas, and lentils. The hunter-gatherer groups were mobile, usually dwelt near rivers and lakes, and their settlements covered several hectares, inside which the camps were used over centuries. The burial rites of Mesolithic one period people consisted mainly of simple um, inhumation with personal ornaments. The Mesolithic one period ending roughly coincided with the beginning of the geological Atlantic period, which was the warmest and the moistest period of the Holocene. So now let's see the Pleistocene. The Pleistocene, I have more Pleistocene, I guess. Yep. The Pleistocene is a geological epoch dated between 2 million something like something, 11, blah, blah, comprised of repeated glaciations. Hence, its tribal name is Ice Age. It was preceded by the Pliocene and followed by the Holocene epoch, the current geological epoch. The Ice Age was triggered by change in the Earth's orbital shape, axial orientation, and axial tilt. They consist of repeated drops of temperature during glacial maximums and raises in temperature during the interglacial periods. Likely the level of atmospheric CO2 concentration responsible for the Pleistocene is a during drop during likely the level of atmospheric rays, glycation slipped by change in the Earth's orbital shape, axial orientation, and axial tilt. And for greenhouse effects, which determine temperature changes in the Pleistocene. The mean annual temperature at the edge of ice sheet was below minus -6. Although the continents were already in their present locations, the icy-bound seawater exposed the land bridges among continents that later made possible both animal and human migrations among the continents. The sea levels being around 100 meters lower than the Holocene. The fauna of the Pleistocene was characteristic due to its large size. Carnivores and herbivores labeled as megafauna, which include species such as mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed carnivores, examples smilodon, giant sloths, cave bears, cave lions, and large birds, elephant bird, and more. Toward the end of the Pleistocene, most of the megafauna became extinct, likely due to severe climate change and habitat shrinkage due to growing ice sheets. But their disappearance also correlates with the spread of anatomically modern human. Yeah, the most. Also, they make this kind of studies. They match our DNA chromosomes with the things that they found, the carbons that they found that they live dates millions of years ago. So maybe they match our DNA if that epoch. The, and not, so I knew they didn't need to tell me because I feel very old and I know that my ancestral is very, very old here on Earth. The anatomically modern human diverged and evolved toward the end of the Pleistocene around 300,000 years BP in the Middle Paleolithic period. Unlike the geological epochs, the Paleolithic or Old Stone Age and Mesolithic Middle Stone Age are periods or ages of human technological and cultural development. Cultural periods do not have a strict general time frame because population of different geographical units adopt technologies with time differences during human prehistory. The Pleistocene overlaps with the following periods: Paleolithic consists of Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, and Upper Paleolithic, and the Epipaleolithic. The Lower Paleolithic is defined to start from the earliest evidence of stone tool usage by Australopithecus species approximately 3.3 million years ago. The culture technology was termed Lomekwi, Lomekwiyata, its archaeological site in Kenya. It was followed by the Old One tool technology that was dated around 2.6 million years BP. Just appeared at the beginning of the Pleistocene at the end of 1.6 million years ago. It was developed by early hominids like the Homo habilis, and it spread from Africa to Europe and Asia. The Homo habilis primarily was carnivore and scavenger. The older one technology was followed by the Archeolene hand-axe technology in Africa, South Europe, and South Asia, and Clarksonian technology in North Europe. Both technologies exist until the Middle Paleolithic, then adapted by Homo erectus and later by Homo heidelbergensis. I don't know whether I did pronounce it correctly. Homo heidelbergensis. They also transited from scavenging to hunter-gathering, specific human evolution prehistory until the Neolithic period. The use of fire is connected to Homo erectus, the earliest evidence dating back millions years BP. From the Homo erectus from a common ancestor to the Homo erectus involved the Homo antecessor, Homo naledi, Homo neanderthalis, Homo denisova, and finally the anatomically modern human, the Homo sapiens 2. The Homo neanderthalensis, which I also have DNA of these beings, very little I still have, much more than the Pleistocene or the other monolithic, Mesolithic era ancestral, but I still have Neanderthals and I do have Denisovans. The eldest remain dated to about 430,000 years BP. They created the Mousterian tool industry, were able to make fire with various food cooking techniques, craft simple clothes, and use medical plants. Had their special cave painting, bone flute made ornamentals, likely had a spiritual belief and language. In comparison to the anatomically modern humans and more robust than Cody adapted with the smaller brain cave. Because they had small populations likely suffered inbreeding and genetic drift. Although there is considerable evidence of interbreeding with the anatomically modern humans, at least in two time periods. Thus, the sub-Saharan modern humans have around 1.34% Neanderthal ancestry. I have to something. They also interbred with the Siberian Denisovan archaic. Also have Denisovan archaic human species. They became extinct in the Upper Paleolithic, approximately 40,000 years before being outcompeted by the anatomically modern humans. The dinosaur hominids inhabited Siberia in the lower and middle Paleolithic. Little is known about their anatomy and culture. However, genetic analysis indicated interbreeding not only with Neanderthals but anatomically modern humans of Asia, having high trace in Melanesians, Papuans, and Australasians. Their introgression into modern human occurred in two occasions. The Middle Paleolithic period roughly spans between 300,000 and 30,000 years BP. Although there is considerable difference among the regions and continents regarding the adaptations of Neolithic technologies, The most accepted theory is that the anatomically modern humans started their out-of-Africa migration during the Middle Paleolithic. Yeah, but doesn't mean that wasn't humans are out here already, and there were humans around here already. Some scientists propose that early modern humans developed religions, beliefs, engaged in trade with each other, and likely they had an egalitarian social system similar to modern-day hunter-gatherers. They competed with the large carnivores and hunted the large prey with projectiles. The Middle Paleolithic humans' activity validates the extinction of megafauna. Some suggest that both Neanderthals and modern humans practiced ritualized cannibalism or defleshing. The Upper Paleolithic is dated between 50,000 and 12,000 years BP, although it shows continental and subcontinental variation. It is coincided with the end of Pleistocene. The Homo sapiens population colonized Australia at the beginning of the Upper Paleolithic and during the last glacial maximum 25,000 15,000 years BP, started colonizing the American continents. Artworks are flourished in forms of petroglyphs and female figurine named Venus in Europe. So you see the Paleolithic during the last glacial maximum 25,000 to I don't know how many I cannot see properly here. ESBP started colonizing the American continents. The form of petroglyph, female figurine named Venus in Europe, while in Africa the first evidence of mining activity and mathematical artifacts appear. During this period, the European early modern humans, the Cro-Magnons, colonized Europe, creating the Upper Paleolithic technologies cultures such as the Aurignacians, Dravitians, Solothurn, Magdalenian, and Epigraphician cultures. The last glacial maximum is followed by rapid warming and marking the beginning of the Holocene. Ultimately, Chalcolithic, Neolithic, or Ineolithic is a period falling during the Neolithic and Bronze Age, approximately dated between 5000 to 3000 BCE in Europe. However, its length varies significantly among the different regions and continents, um, divided. You know what's here? Depending on when the population of each geographical region adopted copper smelting technology. The earliest archaeological evidence of copper mine in the Near East and the Levant precedes the first European archaeological finds by one millennium. The Copper Age was termed Chalcolithic, Neolithic, or Ironolithic is the period falling between the Neolithic and Bronze Age, approximately dated between 5000 and 3000 BC in Europe. However, its length varies significantly among different regions and continents depending on when the population of each geographical region adopted copper smelting technologies. The earliest archaeological evidence of copper mining in the Near East and the Levant precedes the first European archaeological finds by one millennium. The Copper Age is also represents a transition from farming societies to state societal systems that were centralized and governed by the political elite. On the Fertile Crescent in Mesopotamia emerged the Ubaid civilization, the Sumer civilization in North Africa, pre-dynastic Egypt, Southeast Europe, the Proto-Minoan Crete, and Southeast Asia, the Birhana and the South Asia, the Birhana and Megarth civilization. It was suggested that the smooth use of copper was invented and applied independently in different parts of the world. The use of copper did not replace stone tools, but they coexisted, completing each other in Copper Age. In Europe, the start of the Copper Age overlaps with the migration of Eastern Europeans, Italy, Yamnaya steppe pastoral population, who introduced the Indo-European languages to Europe. In Europe, the steppe pastoral created the Kodiwe and Bilbika cultures. It's predicted that the migration usually male biased who intermarried with the pre-existing Neolithic culture females, and in many parts of Europe replaced almost totally the Neolithic and Mesolithic male lineages. However, this stupid male every time they do this, they just cannot stick to their own group. However, copper use was not imported by the immigrants. It existed independently in multiple parts of Europe. The earliest European culture started copper smelting, representing a transition from the Neolithic to the Copper Age was the Turdas Vinca. I don't know what's properly pronounced, Turdas Vinca culture that flourished on the oh, culture that flourished on the territory of present-day Romania, Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, and Macedonia. They were agriculturalists with advanced land use and ceramic techniques, but they only used copper ornament to cover pottery-related copper-related cultures are the Cucuteni Triphylia culture and the Varna culture, unlike in the Fertile Crescent. In Europe, the use of copper was not associated with urbanization. Likely at the beginning, copper was used only to make ornaments due to its eye-catching color. It became popular due to its relatively easy manipulation. It is speculated that the Ozzy, copper-rich mummy found in the Italian Oxala Alps, was looking for copper ore resources, and he met his death around BCH here, BCE, BCE. His copper axe is the oldest complete prehistoric metal blade ever found. The largest copper age settlement identified in Europe and the Los Milares archaeological site in Andalusia housed a population of approximately 1,000 people. In the Middle East, the Ubaid pre-urban in the following Uruk period, large urban centers emerged. The appearance of the potter's wheel, the cuneiform writing system, and the domestication of the donkey are connected to this period. It became the largest known city of the Copper Age, which together with surrounding settlements gave home to approximately 90,000 inhabitants. The mythological founder of the city-state was Gilgamesh, protagonist of the Epic of Gilgamesh. In this occasion, there is no precise delimitation of a Copper Age. However, population of the late Neolithic cultures of the Hongshan culture and the Yangshao culture knew copper smells and created copper artifacts. The North American native, although they created metal and copper objects by cold and hot hammering, never applied smelting or casting. On the contrary, the natives of the Andes had a full developed metallurgical technology. But this was later, and they are not native from there, they are native from Asia and Africa. So there's something not correct here. Although there were created various copper and later gold and alloy ornaments for decorative purpose and everyday stone, they already got from somebody else. They came from Asia, so they already by then the ancestors knew already of this kind of practices. So they brought it and they migrate to the Americas. They brought to get them this this knowledge, decorative purpose and everything totally replaced by metals. This one I don't have. Why I don't know, but I don't have this one. This one much later. I don't have ancestors. I don't match my DNA. Those are my ancient bloodlines to Earth, and it's much earlier than the many people here anyway have old bloodline, and we are older than the Anunnakis coming, much older. We already were here when they first came to Earth. So here is my European ethnicity, South Balkan, which is 24% the most, Greek and Turkey, Southwest Balkan, Greek, Greece, and Turkey, Hispanic Jews, that could be Portuguese Jews, also 21%, or Iberian Jew, and Iberian 12%, is very little. Iberian 12. How come I have Hispanic Jew? Jew is a religion, it's not a race, alright? So if I have Hispanic, it could be Portuguese. In this sense, I would have Iberian, more Iberian than this percentage here. That's something not correct here. So the Hispanic or the Portuguese perceive already Latins and they are Iberians. Okay, so something this one is not a race. Jew is a religion, it's not a race. The race is Hebraic. That doesn't make any sense to me. British 10%, Eastern Europe 6%, and Northern Europe 5%. The match were for Southern England 31%, British 29, Iberian 21 is less than British. Mm. Northern Europe 9% matches, and German 6% matches, and Irish 2% matches only. There's no such thing as indigenous American, those are Asians, so 17% Asia. West African 13%, East Asia 5%, South Asian 1%. Yeah, they came from Asia. I don't think so. They don't start things loud. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. Of course, I'm not 100% right. Crazy. The Viking classification is British Viking, Scandinavian Viking, and a Finnish Viking. I think it's more Finnish because my mother was born in a place where the Finnish from Finland came, and another place that was the Swedish. So Slavic, there's a percentage, Finnish, and Scandinavian Viking. So yes, I do have a Viking also supposed to have anyway. I see my Asian root, Siberian. I see. South Indian, 20%. Thai, 16% Chinese Thai. Vietnamese, 8%, which matches with the South America um, tribal people. They call Indian or Amerindian, but actually they are Asian, Southeast Asian. So that's why I have their genome as well. Burmese, 4%, Levantine, 2%. Turkic 1%. How come I have less Turkic? I don't believe. Supposed to have more Turkic. So I have overall I have more Siberian Asian. That's 3%. And Saudi in Indian. Oh, Chinese 16%. Okay. Not too bad. My global ancestry. Greek and Turkey 24%. West African 21%. Native peoples of ants, which not could be and could not be ants. 12% people of Amazon 10%, Maritime East Asia 9%, mainland East Asia 6%, it's China, and West Asia 4%. West Asian would be Middle East, I would say. So yeah, Balkan, Italian, North African, Near East, West Asia, which is Arabic and Hebraic in West Africa. Here they say most frequent ethnicity Scandinavian 24%, Southeast Asia 6%, which coincides with these people from tribal South America. So I don't understand. Most unique ethnicity West African. 21% native peoples of North. So Scandinavia here reaches the top. Native peoples of North 21%. Native people of Ants 12%. Native people of Amazon and Caribbean 10%. So the North American tribal people have more. How come? When I'm from South America. Native people of Amazon and Caribbean 10% and Southeast Asia 9%, which also comes from these people. Is my British ethnicities. Southeast border 8%, South 16%, and North 14%. For more from the South. Scotland 8%, Southwest and North percent, Orkney 5%, and Northwest 4%. Your UK ethnicity, okay. So yeah, of course I have British. Why not? The Brits also went to my hometown. They built um, bridges, and the Dutch also went to them and built those bridges. So altogether, so 55% altogether. So these people are not Latin, they are Asian people. Okay, let's be down to earth and realistic. They are they are in Latin America, but they are Asian. So from their tribe, I supposedly have these people here. And I'm amazed by this result. Congo, why not Angola or Benin? Why Congo? And Ashanti, Iraq, Megalith builders, 31%, Bronze Age jihadis, 22%, so Megalith builders. Also European permanent. Okay. Uh, Only 1%. No, I have more than that, much more.